In this video, I'm going to give you 5 signs that you are doing it right in life. Sit tight. So there comes a point in our lives where we start to question things, question reality, where we are. Am I happy? Am I doing the right thing? Is this job for me? Is this relationship for me? Maybe we do an overhaul of our lives. We do a 180. We quit our jobs. We quit our relationships. There comes a point where many people question things and call it a midlife crisis, call it a spiritual awakening. A lot of people don't like to call it that just because of the stigma of the name. Call it nothing if you will, but that's essentially what it is. It is looking for more meaning, looking for more purpose in your life. What I've done up until now, I'm questioning it. Am I doing it for myself? Am I doing it for other people? Am I really happy, fulfilled? And if not, what is going to fill that for me? So in this video, I'm giving you 5 signs that you are on the right path, that you are doing it exactly as you should be doing it. The first one is that you lose, you make mistakes, you fail, you grieve what you once were, maybe. You go through all the emotions. This is called the human experience. And you wouldn't be human if you did not experience certain emotions or mistakes, as you call them. And really they're not mistakes, but we label them as mistakes. So you fail, you lose a job, somebody breaks up with you. It's usually like an overhaul or something that kind of snaps us into place, or something that happens, or just a realization of like, this doesn't sit right with me. Number 2, you feel really unsettled right now. You have no clue where you're going. Well, congratulations. This means that you're self-aware. And a lot of people are not self-aware. They're going through the motions, and you'll see this out in the world. They're working their job, they're taking care of other people, but they have no awareness or concept of taking an inventory of their lives and their own happiness. So this is a clear sign, just being unsettled, not knowing where you're going next, feeling like, oh my God, I want to turn back, and thinking of turning back quite often, even though you don't, but it's always like on your mind, like maybe I should go back to that job that I just quit, or that relationship that I just ended, or whatnot. This is a sign that things are opening up for you. And a lot of times people don't get to even experience that because they're so lost in just their day-to-day motions. But this is a great sign because it means that you are aware of where you are, even though you don't know where you're going next. Number 3, you keep getting little hints of reassurance. It's almost like everything life is throwing at you. It's unsettling. You don't know where you're going next. You feel really lost. You feel really confused. But part of you, deep down inside, it's like you get this glimmer of hope or reassurance that it's all going to be okay. And maybe it comes in small spurts because maybe you get excited like, the future, and I know it's going to be better than where I was, but then the fear kicks back in, and everybody around you in the world and the distractions kick back in. So it kind of like we suppress it. But getting little glimmers of excitement and just our internal GPS that's like, okay, things are going to be okay. Things are, even if I don't have, a map, even if I don't have things just planned out right now, I know in my heart that there's like this glimmer of things are going to be okay. And I may not, always get these huge glaring universal signs, but occasionally I get like these little nudges like, yeah, you're going the right way. You're okay. Number 4, others try to block your choices. Okay, so there's people in our lives called gatekeepers as we're opening up to new ways of thinking, new ways of living, call it awakening process, whatever you want to call it. But it's usually friends and family who are closest to us that try to block our path. It's almost like the universe is like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? It's like a test. almost. And these people will, out of the comfort of their own hearts, because they're scared for us or they're worried that we're not making the right decisions, they will try to sway us to go back to where we were, try to pull us back into, their own comfort zone. So these are the gatekeepers in our lives. And this, as you are making huge changes in your life, or you don't know where you're going, and it may seem erratic to other people, you will find that there's a lot of people, and especially those close to you, who will try to stop you from your path or where you're going, even though you don't really know where you're going, but you still have that glimmer of, okay, I know, even though I don't know where I'm going, I still know it's right. And I know that doesn't make sense to other people, it doesn't make sense to me half the time, but, and people are gonna try to stop me from doing it, but you just have to kind of go forward. Because people are there's going to be roadblocks, there's going to be people who will try to, put on the brakes for you. And number 5, clear-cut sign that you're doing it right. You'll begin to notice that other people are going through the exact same thing. And this could be somebody in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, even in their 60s, going through something. As you begin to kind of open your mind and open your eyes, you start to notice a pattern, like other people who are kind of waking up to that same thing. And then you start to notice this kind of dividing line between people who are just going through the motions still, unaware of their own unhappiness, apparently, and people who are questioning what they're doing in life and wanting more out of life and thinking, okay, is my life, or am I really doomed to this life where I'm unhappy, where I'm unfulfilled, where I don't feel like I have meaning and purpose? Am I really a victim to that? Am I really doomed to that for the rest of my life? Or do I have other options? Do I have other decisions I can make, that I haven't been making up until this point, because I've just been kind of in this one reality, when there's a whole set of other parallel realities around me. So you'll start to notice patterns of other people experiencing the same kind of emotions, and then you realize that you're not alone. At first, it can be scary, and you feel like you're the only person in the world going through this. Why don't I have clear direction on where I'm going? Why do other people online or whatever, they seem happy, they seem set, they're set with their families and their jobs, they seem content. You begin to realize that a lot of that is a front for a lot of people, and you'll start to notice people opening up more to their own self-awareness, and you may be gravitating towards those people and realizing that, yeah, I'm not alone in this process. There's other people who are doing the same thing, because as humans, we're curious. We're curious of what could be. Our natural state is wanting to feel loved and accepted. And once we get past that point of, the fake love or fake acceptance or the superficial glossy version of that, we start to go deeper within ourselves. And that means also associating with other like-minded individuals who want to experience the same things. So, like I said, this is basically a spiritual awakening for people, even though they don't want to call it that half the time, because the word spiritual gets, people get freaked out over the word. But that's what it is, essentially. It's finding a part of your spirit, your soul, that you didn't know that you had, new options, new ways of living, discovering that I'm not so happy that I am, I'm not so happy in my life. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel like I have purpose in my life, and looking for that, wanting to search for that, just having that drive out of nowhere sometimes, or maybe it takes an event, or it takes a breakdown or of something else in our lives to kind of open that door for us. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Give it a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos every single week on all kinds of stuff, self-cultivation, Chinese medicine stuff, all kinds of cool stuff for you. So until next time, have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.